Dragon Source, sexiest man alive, alien slayer, demon slayer, superhero. And we're live on New Earth. Let's go. So, this video is a breakdown of the NBA three-point contest and the mass ritual that it was. NBA All-Star Weekend, whole thing's a mass ritual. But we're going in specifically on a three-point contest. The Super Bowl, mass ritual. I couldn't be bothered to watch it. I didn't want to feed my energy into that beast matrix. But I will talk about the three-point contest. Disclaimer, I am not a master occultist. There are other occultists out there who know even more than me. But I have not seen any of them make a video really attacking the subject the way I'm about to. So I just happen to be the vessel the universe is working through right now to make this much needed video, hopefully awaken some young men out there. So, with that being said, this ritual had two purposes that I can see. First of all, they had to make Steph Curry the beast, the Baphomet, the walking devil. This way, everything that he says will now carry the full weight of the beast in the Matrix. Okay? They can completely use him as a puppet. Second reason was to promote their gender bending agenda. You know, you see this all the time in Hollywood, the women's empowerment movement, and you know, look at all the new superhero movies coming out with women as the star. You know, Spider-Man. All the superheroes now is transgender. Like what? Spider-Man. Now they got Madam Web. Last Black Panther movie, they killed the male Black Panther, put her in a female one to take his place. And also in that movie, they made Iron Man, who died in the second to last Avengers movie. The last Avengers movie. They made Iron Man into a woman now. So Iron Man is also transgender. Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Black Panther are now all transgender. I mean, who's next? Seriously. Anyway. So, you want to hear me talk about the NBA three-point contest. So, let's break it down. First, you had Sabrina go first. She made 26 threes, right? 2, 6. They kept saying the number of the night. The announcer kept saying the number of the night is 26. The number to beat is 26. They kept repeating the term, the number 26. What you have to understand, about these master occultists that are pulling the puppet strings of the Matrix, everything is code to them. Numbers are vitally important. Keywords, vitally important. So numbers and keywords are the core of any good ritual. And then obviously you need a battery to power the ritual, meaning the observers, all the observers in the world that are watching the ritual being performed, thus collapsing the quantum wave function into the reality or timeline the elite are trying to manifest using these keywords and numbers. They're Kabbalists, the Kabbalah, right? So, and then there's also gematria in numerology, right? So they use the numbers. Numerology is the breaking down of a number, right? For example, take the number 49. That's a 4 and a 9, which add that together, that's 13. Add the 1 and a 3 together, that's 4. So 49 is a 4. You see? And then gematria is like adding up different the numerical value of different letters to create a number from a word, right? So they kept using the number 26. Now, in Kabbalistic gematria, 26 happens to be the same, happens to be what the word God breaks down to. The G is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 7. The O is a 15, so that's 22, and the D is a 4, so that's 26, right? God. 26 equals God. It also equals Adonai, which is in the Old Testament. That is a word meaning God, effectively, or Lord, God or Lord. And then 26 also equals Babylon, right? The Babylon Monkey Circus show that was NBA All-Star Weekend. So 26 basically has God or devil energy contained in it because the God of the Bible is the devil, right? 26 is also a master number. There's 206 bones in the human body. The number 0 doesn't count. So effectively 26 bones, right? So basically this number contains the blueprint for the mold of man, or since we're dealing with an inverted pentagram, since they invert everything, basically the devil. The devil manifested in the flesh, the beast, Stephen Curry. Now, I'm not saying, oh, Curry is the main devil on earth. No, he's just one of them. He's just one beast in the NBA arena. Okay? uh, okay, so then, so Sabrina shot first. After she shoots, I may be getting the order mixed up, but I think after she shoots, then there's another interview where the announcer guy's like, yeah, 26 is the number to beat. And then Curry, uh, the last thing he says, I have my notes here. Okay, Curry says, she would have been fine in the competition before, so I got to barter us. That's a quote. I got to barter us. Barter. What are you talking about, Curry? What bartering is involved here? You're trading? There's no NBA trades going on. What are you talking about bartering? For those of you who don't know, a barter means to trade. Specifically, a ship going over water, a vessel moving over waters, the astral realm, the astral currents. Barter. What would you be trading, Curry? Well, what is the only thing the devil is interested in? Your soul. You guys didn't catch that, did you? Basically, he's trading his soul, and yeah, I don't really need that. I don't really need my spirit is actually a better term technically. I don't really need my spirit in my body. I'm just going to go ahead and let the beast work through my vessel so that my fleshly vehicle can experience all the desires and power on this earth. Right? Oh, you don't believe me, huh? Oh, Steph's not the devil. Steph's not trying to summon the beast. Oh, he's not. Okay. So, Mr. Steph Curry puts up 29 points. After he makes the final shot, what does he do? Watch the celebration. Tells you everything right here. Look at his hands. After he makes the last shot, he starts dancing like this. He's got both hands, making the devil horns, pointing them to the sky, doing like a skip dance thing. Both hands with the devil horns. Do you think that's by accident? After he makes his final shot, they got smoke coming out of the basket too. Why would they shoot smoke out of the basket? Well, for those of you who know anything about cultism, shamanism, whatever, why do you burn sage? Why do you burn incense? Why is there a smoke in the air? Because the smoke is the shape and form that a spirit can hop into. The smoke represents the invocation of a spirit. They also shoot fire out of the backboard as well. Fire, spirit. Smoke, a form the spirit can go into. What spirit are they summoning? There's a picture advertising the three-point contest. I don't know how widespread this was, but basically Curry's holding the basketball on fire while the fire's shooting out of the backboard. Fire. Hell. The gates of hell. Anyway, so Curry scores 29 points. Now they're in the final interview. Why did Curry score 29 points? We've already broke down how significant the number 26 was. Sabrina scored 26. Steph scored 29. I'll tell you why that number is important. The number 29 itself, I don't know if that really matters that much. What matters is 26 plus 29 is 55. And you know how I know they care about the number 55? Because the announcer specifically brought up, hey, you guys combined for 55 points. So guess what that means? State Farm's gonna donate $55,000 to this charity. They didn't have to add those numbers together into a single number for a donation. Like the donation was just the excuse to add those two numbers together so you create the master number 55. Oh, that's silly, Dragon. That's silly. Why do they care so much about the number 55? I'll tell you. For those of you who know what the Fibonacci sequence is, if you don't, I'll break it down real quick. 1 plus 1, or what? It starts with 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 8, 21. 21 plus 13, 34. 34 plus 21, 55. The Illuminati, the master occultist running this Earth matrix, love to use Fibonacci numbers. Why? Because that is the spiral of life. That is how life manifests. That is how a form manifests out of a spirit. Because the spirit moves in spirals, and that is the core building block that creates all matter. Right? Life is phi-based. Well, not necessarily all matter, but all life forms on Earth, unless they're alien, are phi-based, meaning the Fibonacci series, human sexual energy, which is the core of us, is the Fibonacci series. That is the math that defines our sexual essence and our spirit's ability to manifest into this fleshly vehicle. The Fibonacci series. Number 55. Each number in the Fibonacci series correlates with an aspect of control over this matrix, right? 55 specifically has to do with the infrastructure of Zion, meaning how this computer motherboard we're living on is being built and being constructed. So, why 55? Or what? Okay, so fine. You convinced me, Dragon. This whole thing's a mass ritual. Stephen Curry's the beast. Oh, there's one more piece of evidence why Stephen Curry's the beast. In case you weren't convinced. In case you weren't convinced. What is the symbol on the belt, the title belt that Curry is holding? It's a goat. Oh. Why would there be a goat on there? Oh, well, that's just a cute little symbol they made up to represent the greatest of all time because he's the greatest shooter ever. Yeah. No, they worship the goat, which is the Baphomet, which is the beast. You could also call it the devil, which is the inverted pentagram, right? You're a walking star. Here's one point. Here's the other point. Your legs are the other 2 points. Your head's the 5th point. Pentagram. Pentagram upside down, the Baphomet, that's the inverted man. That's living upside down or living backwards. That's living, what does that mean, Dragon? That means living external to internal rather than internal to external. That's how you're supposed to do it in source energy is, okay, I'm in this state of being, and let me see that state of being reflected in my external reality. How do we all live? Let me chase that external thing. Let me chase that external thing. that thing, because I'm hoping that that will make me happy in turn after I receive that. Do you get it? We're all living backwards. They have us under this spell, this hex of the Baphomet. Do you get it? Now, the GOAT. The GOAT. There are videos of Stephen Curry making like 500 threes in a row on YouTube. You can look it up. Maybe it was 100. I don't know. I can't remember the exact number, but some ridiculous amount of threes in a row. Like, this man is a machine. Like, he just doesn't miss. Like, I mean, look at his eyes, man. He looks like MK Ultra over. Like, he's literally just like a on super soldier frequency with one purpose in life, and that is to drain threes. Like, Curry probably could have made almost every single shot if he wanted to. No, he chose to get 29. He chose to get 29. He probably could have had 40 or more. He chose to get 29. Because that was what they told him to get, so it would fit the ritual. You know, and we can also get into this whole other thing about, are the NBA playoffs scripted? Who's going to win what game, point margins, all that. You know, is there a magnet in the rim? We could get into all those other conspiracy theories another time. But the point of this video is to break down the mass occult ritual that was the NBA three-point contest. So they worship the GOAT, the Baphomet, right? Who is traditionally termed the GOAT? Michael Jordan. Played for the Bulls. The Bulls. The Cows. The Sacred Cows. The Pleiades star constellation. The Seven Sisters. Cows worshipped in many religions, right? MJ. Marijuana. Mary Jane. Feminine energy. The bold Pleiades. Feminine energy. They made him into an archetype of worship. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but there's enough dots there for you to connect to see that there's something fishy going on. They don't just randomly, like, I'm convinced that people who make it to the top of any arena in life, it's scripted. Like, they're pre-selected ahead of time to fit archetypes. Why is everything scripted? Because that's the best way to control the world if you already know what's going to happen. If you're writing the timeline, that's the best way to ensure you know what's going to happen and that you're going to maintain power and that you're going to be on an optimal timeline, is to write the script. Do you get it? LeBron James, you know, the modern GOAT. What do they call him? What's his nickname? King James. King James. Does that remind you of any books? King James. The Bible. The Beast. Adonai. God. He's an object of worship. Do you get it? Put him in all the movies. Now, whatever he says, whatever he does, now it has the power of the beast behind it. Do you get it? All right. Let me finish this off by talking about the gender bending agenda. So after Sabrina's getting interviewed, I think this was the final interview. She says, quote, "It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. I think it just matters the heart that you have and wanting to be the best that you can be." And on the surface, that looks like, yay, yeah, equality. Look at the key words. What did she say? It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. And then the announcer kept saying, yeah, this is something we need to do again. Steph ends it saying, yeah, we need to do this again, meaning, get a woman as part of the 3-point contest. Uh, and then the announcer deliberately made a point about, oh, they wouldn't let you play for the boys basketball team back in, what was it, high school or something, maybe middle school. Yeah, they wouldn't let you play for the boys basketball team back in school. They told you to go play with dollhouses. Look how far we've come. Look at how much progress we've made. So what are they trying to tell you? They didn't have to go there. They didn't have to go there. They didn't have to make that big of a thing out of it. They didn't have to create a narrative out of her being there. They didn't, but they did. Why? Because they're trying to tell you that men and women are interchangeable. Do you get it? What do you have in Hollywood? I started the video off talking about the transgender epidemic in Hollywood, all right? The Wachowskis, all right, the brothers that wrote The Matrix, are now transgender. You have rappers in dresses. Lil Uzi Vert. ASAP Rocky. There are pictures of them in dresses. Look it up. With chains around their neck, collars like a sex slave. Killed the male heroes and put female ones in their place. Connect the dots, guys. Now, why do that, Dragon? Let's say you're right, Dragon. Let's say there is an agenda to bend the genders together and do away with traditional gender roles and, depolarize the sexuality of men and women and, all this homosexuals and transgenders and gender fluidity. And okay, fine, Dragon, you're right. Why? Why, though? I'm glad you asked. You see, I don't think it's any one reason. With anything the Illuminati do, it's multifaceted. It's kill as many birds with one stone as possible. If you want to look at it on a more superficial level, you do away with gender roles, it makes the population more easier to control. How is that? Well, if you can emasculate the men, put them back in their place with the social justice warriors, shutting them down, get the feminist movement hyped, get the put more, make more stories about sexual harassment, the witch hunt to take down celebrities and men. What's his name? There's the Louis C.K. thing. What else? Bill Cosby. Okay. All these women coming out of the woodwork trying to take down this man. Like, there's an attack against strong masculinity going on in the Western world. Okay. Feminizing men. Okay. Sperm count down 50%. Testosterone down 50% in the last 50 years alone. A lot of that is just them tampering with the food supply and the drugs. There are other reasons that are even more occultic we could get into later, but so basically they're trying to emasculate men on one side and they're trying to masculinize women on the other side. You see, they're pushing both genders toward the middle. When you masculinize, well, let me finish off the thought with the men first. So if you have a whole bunch of weak men, a bunch of male eunuchs running around, don't have any balls, literally. The men are in charge of rebelling. The men are the backbone of society. You have a whole bunch of weak, slaved out men that are completely controlled by their women. The backbone of society that is supposed to uphold strong moral principles is now weakened. So when they push the later phases of their agenda, the male species will be too far gone, too weak to play their role to rebel, stand up against and oppose the tyranny. Do you get it? Dangerous the way it's going now. Two, if you can masculinize the woman, if you can over empower the woman, I think they've been empowered more than enough at this point, in my opinion. Like, what more do you guys want? You guys want our nuts over your mantles? Like, what more do you want? How much more empowerment do you need? Seriously, in the Western world, anyway. I'm not speaking for third world countries here. You can masculinize the woman. Now she's out of balance. Now she can't embody the divine feminine properly, right? So now the divine masculine and the divine feminine are now both corrupted. What does the divine feminine do? It nurtures, it supports, it heals, right? Now you have the all the women. Yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna go work and provide for myself. Okay, guess what? Now the kids are in the hands of the state all day, getting programmed and indoctrinated without their parents to protect their minds at an early age. Now you get even more tax dollars from all the women who are working. You see? Now, if you want to look at this from a deeper occultic metaphysical perspective, why are they doing this? Why are they gender bending? Well, Satan is the author of confusion. It's a chaos entity. The beast is an entity of chaos. It creates more chaos, which causes more suffering. It corrupts everything. Why? So that it can bleed its life force energy, so it can keep on creating more fallen worlds, more fallen timelines, more parallel realities for it to lord over and be God of. It's a false God. Do you get it? The demiurge. That's what it does. It corrupts things so it can steal their spiritual energy and play God over them. Point blank, period. It's just trying to corrupt man as much as possible. So, how do you defeat a vampire? How do you defeat a vampire? That's what we're dealing with, is an esoteric vampire, a spiritual vampire. How do you defeat a vampire who is essentially a spiritual black hole? Very easy. Watch. Watch me blow your mind. All we have to do is absolutely nothing. All we have to do is less than what we were doing before. Because you see, we're feeding it our energy constantly. Okay? A black hole without any light going into it will just implode on itself and, I don't know, explode. It'll eat itself. The snake will eat its own tail until it's nothing left. Do you get it? So how do we stop feeding the vampire our energy? Okay. How about you stop watching NBA All-Star weekends? How about you stop watching the NBA and all these false idols running around? How about you stop watching the Super Bowl? How about you stop paying money to go see these Hollywood movies with agendas behind them? How about we stop going to watch these weak, lame female superhero movies? No, you can't make Iron Man transgender. No way. You can't make Black Panther transgender. No way. No way. You can't make Spider-Man transgender. No way. No way am I paying any attention to that, supporting that, paying money for movie tickets to go see that, or even renting it. No way. No way. It's weak. Let's make our own movies. Okay, you know, if Dragon's writing the script, it's going to be harder than any Hollywood movie. All right? It's going to be harder than any agenda. It's not going to have any agendas. It's just going to be straight fire from the spirit. And if there is an agenda in it, meaning an intent, the only intent would be to erase all the other black magic intents being thrust upon humanity, so you can have clarity, so you can feel empowered, so you can feel like you got the swag. All right? Grab your balls, do some deep breathing. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the NBA All-Star Weekend if you watched it. Let me know your thoughts on any of the agendas I described below. Let me know if you can connect any more dots that I may have missed regarding the occultic agendas being pushed upon mankind. Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. And share this video to whoever needs to hear it, of course. Like, subscribe, and take care, my friends. Be manly. Be strong. Be you. Activate your solar plexus. Speak your truth. Activate your throat chakra. Speak your truth. The world needs strong men to stand up in the face of these demonic agendas. The world needs you. Speak your voice. Speak your truth. All right? Power, the game of power is fluid. It's always shifting. We can take our power back anytime we feel like it. Dragon is the charismatic leader. Signing off. Peace.